Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Anirudh and today's video is about feminism. Feminism is regarded as a controversial topic by many people, but actually, it shouldn't be. Let's get to know more about it in this video. Feminism. In this video, we will be learning as to what is feminism, what isn't feminism, and finally, is it good or bad to be a feminist? The advocacy of women's rights on the ground of equality of the sexes is feminism. It's about respecting diverse women's experiences, identities, knowledge, and strengths, and striving to empower all women to realize their full rights. It's about leveling the playing field between genders and ensuring that diverse women and girls have the same opportunities in life available to boys and men. What isn't feminism? Feminism is the belief in social, economic, and political equality of the sexes. Feminism isn't the belief that women are or should be superior to men. Furthermore, being a feminist doesn't mean hating men. Feminism is fighting outdated gender norms. It isn't shaming other women with diverse cultural backgrounds. Feminism is the right to choose. Also, feminism is countercultural. History of feminism. There is evidence that in the 3rd century BCE, in the Roman Empire, women filled the Capitoline Hill and blocked every entrance to the Forum, where Consul Marcus resisted attempts to repeal laws limiting women's use of expensive goods. If they are victorious now, what will they not attempt? As soon as they begin to be your equals, they will have become your superiors, said the men. The rebellion, however, proved to be very successful. For most of our recorded history, only isolated voices spoke out against the inferior status of women. In the late 14th and early 15th century France, the first feminist philosopher Christian de Pizan challenged prevailing attitudes towards women with a bold call for female education. This so-called debate about women did not reach other parts of Europe until the late 16th century, when journalists joined battle over the true nature of womanhood. In India, however, feminism didn't gain popularity and importance until the 1850s. The history of feminism in India can be divided into three phases. The first phase, beginning in the mid-19th century, initiated when reformists began to speak in favor of women's rights by making reforms in education and customs involving women. The second phase from 1915 to Indian independence, when Gandhi incorporated women's movements into the Quit India movement and independent women's organizations began to emerge. And finally, the third phase, post-independence, which has focused on fair treatment of women at home after marriage, in the workforce, and right to political parity. Now, let's get to know about the waves of feminist movements in the world. These pretty much coincide with the ones in India. The first wave goes all the way back to 1830s and lasted through the early 1900s. This is probably the famous wave for an important reason. It fought to secure women's right to vote. It also pushed for equal contract and property rights. From the 1960s through the 1980s, in the second wave, feminists focused on the workplace, sexuality, family, and reproductive rights. Achievements during this time period are still relevant and hotly debated today. The most recent wave of feminism happened throughout the 1990s and 2000. Fixing the wage gap was and still is a primary focus. Reproductive rights remained an important issue as the legality of abortion became a common campaign platform. Fourth wave. Depending on who you ask, we might still be in the third wave. Others may say that the 2010s marked the beginning of the fourth wave. Some issues like the fight for reproductive rights and body autonomy are still relevant and happening today. There's also new developments and additions. Today's advocates continue to push against antiquated gender norms, fighting rape culture, and body shaming are also some of the important points. Keep fighting for gender equality even if it makes people uncomfortable. Emma Watson. What is feminism according to some people? I have never been able to find out precisely what feminism is. I only know that people call me a feminist whenever I express sentiments that differentiate me from a doormat. Michelle Obama. Feminism is not a dirty word. It does not mean you hate men. It does not mean you hate girls that have nice legs, and it does not mean you are a terrorist. It means you believe in equality. Rebecca West. Feminism is about giving women a choice. Feminism is not a stick with which to beat other women with. Kate Nash. A huge part of being a feminist is giving other women the freedom to make choices you might not necessarily make yourself. Emma Watson. The idea of feminism is self determination and it's very open ended. Every woman has the right to become herself and do whatever she needs and wants to do. Jane Fonda. Because of feminist movements around the world since the 16th century, women have secured the right to vote, greater access to education, more equitable pay with men, the right to initiate diverse proceedings, the right to make individual decisions regarding pregnancy, the right to own property, and finally, most important of all, a right to be independent and make their own choices in life. Yes, there is nothing wrong in being a feminist because gender equitable societies are healthier for everyone. Feminism challenges restrictive gender norms, improvements in women's access to healthcare, reproductive rights, and protection from violence. All this has positive effects on everyone's life expectancy and well being. Thank you very much, guys. Please like the video, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. Also, share this video to more and more people.